Yeah. Sure. Listen, man. Okay, I appreciate you getting back to me so quickly. You bet. Bye.
Who was that?
Oh, that was my pal down in forensics. I don't think you ever met him, Zach. Well, it turns out that the skull definitely matched Mark McCormick's dental records.
And it has a bullet hole in it.
Yeah. Darling, how long ago was it that Mary died?
2 years.
Uh-huh. You know, I always assumed that Mark left town then. Obviously, he didn't get that far.
Cruz, maybe you should just drop this whole thing.
How can I drop it?
Why not?
Well, a murder was committed. I think there's an obligation to find out who did it.
No matter where this investigation leads you, you know as well as I do that if you found evidence on my family's property, it's a conflict. And with you involved, it could mean trouble for all of us.
And you know as well as I do, Eden, that there was no way I could predict that would happen when this whole thing started.
I just really, I wish... Your obligation ended when you turned in your badge.
What about my moral obligation? To find out the truth?
Cruz, please. Leave it alone. I just want you to try and understand.
I think I do understand. We can't sit on something like this just because we're afraid to face the consequences, you know? I mean, we have to come to grips with this sooner or later. As long as we live in this town and the present district attorney is in the office, every time something like this comes up, there's going to be a race, and I want to get to the finish line before he does.
Well, I hope that is the case, but
Open up, Castillo. I know you're in there.
Speaking of the devil...
I think you better let him in. I can't make my feet move toward the sound of his voice.
Do you think he knows that we took the skull?
I'd be disappointed if he doesn't.
Come on, time's a-wasting.
Yes.
Well, hello. You two honeymooners sure are up bright and early, aren't you?
Come right in.
Why, thank you. I mean, here you guys are. You keep some hours, don't you? I mean, you're out like half the night, and then you get up here at dawn's crack. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, a regular Nick and Nora Charles.
That must make you Asta.
Funny, huh? I mean, clever girls, they just keep you guessing, but don't feel left out because you keep me guessing, too. You know, I was wondering about you, Cruz, all the drive over here, and I was wondering what kind of guy would go to all the trouble of filching a skull from Pamela Conrad's domicile, gift wrapping it, putting it on my desk, and then stealing it back again. I mean, you need a scorecard to keep track of the players here.
Is it you have a question? Is that you have a question?
One or three. What the hell are you doing breaking into my office and appropriating state's evidence? I mean, I got there this morning, and I just didn't see what I expect to see. Here we have, not only do we have the aforementioned cranium purloined, but we also have a report on my desk that says that said skull used to rest upon the shoulders of one, Dr. Mark McCormick.
I hope you're enjoying this, Eden, because I know I certainly am.
Oh, well, that's good because I'm not finished yet. I wondered even more. I said to myself, you know, here we have a guy who, you know, obviously no love was lost. He left a lot of blotches on medical annals. I mean, Dr. McCormick, look at this guy. I mean, he made as many enemies in Santa Barbara as he made house calls. But who would hate him so much they wanted him dead? So I started reviewing my rogues gallery, and I came up with one certain rogue. One man who stood out from all the rest that could profit from this man's untimely demise. And I can name this tune in 2 notes. Mason Capwell.
What are you doing to those plants?
Julia showed me how to do a Japanese flower arrangement.
So you're strangling them? Is that...
I am just trying to find something to do to keep my mind off our little impromptu visit from Keith Timmons.
Oh, now, come on, don't let him get to you, baby. You know, he's just grasping at straws.
I just hate this, you know. It's exactly what I was afraid of. He can't have one Capwell, so he's going to have another. I mean, can you believe the nerve dropping those threats about Mason?
He's fishing, you know. He doesn't have anything about Mason. He just came here to rattle your cage a little bit.
Well, you know how tenacious he can be. Oh. Brother, you know, he can't blackmail Daddy anymore, so now he's going to put Mason in jail. He wants Capwell blood.
I know. Well, the man can't help himself, you know. He's got evidence of a murder sitting on his desk, and it's burning a hole in his pocket. It's DA's dream come true. It has all the earmarks of a big, splashy front-page scandal.
Yeah, well, we've got to do something about this.
Now you're talking. I'm going to find out exactly what did happen to Mark McCormick.
What about Mason?
Well, Mark first. I'm going to start digging and see if I can find out what was going on when he died, who he was seeing, you know, what he was up to.
Unless Keith beats you to it.
No, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to let that happen. As long as I'm around, he's going to railroad anybody in this family. He's got to go through me first.
Aren't you going to work at all today?
I beg your pardon. Were you trying to get rid of me?
No. I just don't want you neglecting your work because you're worried about me.
Well, Kane can handle the office, and besides, I'm supposed to worry about you. Didn't you hear the vows I took?
You know, it doesn't seem like we've had a peaceful day since Pebble Creek.
That's true. But we've had some interesting nights, huh?
Yeah. I think we should have stolen that magic book so we could have brought it back with us and disappeared anytime we wanted.
I wouldn't have known whether to go backwards or forwards.
I wouldn't care. You know, 48 hours would be enough. No interruptions, no skeletons, no DAs banging at the door.
Well, maybe we could cast a little spell of our own. I'm sure if you lit a candle and I locked the door, I'd be able to scare up a little love potion. Who knows what might happen?
Well, I'd love to do that, but I can't. I've got to go see my mother. Told her I'd go see her and bring her some soup.
Oh, should I come along, maybe?
No, I'll be back in a little while.
Well, what am I supposed to do while you're gone?
Well, you can look forward to what we're going to do when I come back.
Oh.
And you lock the door and don't let anybody else in.
Well, how will I know it's you?
I'll knock 3 times.
You have the answer for everything, I guess.
I learned it from you.
Okay. I'll be here. Don't be long. Oh, Sherlock. I thought you'd
how to
find me.
lead a woman on a merry chase.
What's this? Oh, 1985. That's truly a vintage year.
Well, I would have picked a different bottle.
Excuse me? What's with the magazines?
Oh, well, I just figured we'd been together so long in case we got bored or something. I got a sports oddities for you, make you feel at home, and West Coast living for me, a couple crossword puzzles, you know.
Uh-huh, that's fine. That's just great. Boring? Uh-huh, I'll show you boring. Strap them on there.